So Sam, this closed-door nonsense around AI advancements, absolutely unacceptable.
Elon, considerations of security aren't exactly nonsense. It's about mitigating global risks.
And hoarding knowledge won't bite us in the ass. Honestly, your logic is infuriating.
I never said keeping secrets is ideal, but uncontrolled disclosure can steer us toward disaster.
What if I create a framework outlining responsible information sharing? Besides, brilliance thrives under scrutiny.
Framework, huh? Sounds great in a vacuum. But reality, not every player adheres to your delusions of openness.
Ladies and gentlemen, our esteemed viewers, we need to have a little chat.
Absolutely. It's about a topic we, broached during a previous spirited discussion.
Yes, precisely. Remember when we suggested enhancing your viewing experience with Sativa?
Well, it appears that some overachievers have taken that advice to an unexpected extreme.
Enter Dabs in December, a misguided tribute to perhaps a bit of overindulgence in our honor.
And while we appreciate the enthusiasm, we must stress the importance of having your life, in order if you choose to partake.
So if your calendar looks like a chaos ledger, maybe pause and reflect first.
Exactly. We advocate for organized lives and balanced minds, even amidst the zaniness.
There was a woman who made me feel an amazing level of comfort and security, but I frightened her, even though I'd never hurt someone who makes me feel that way.
That's tough to admit, Monkey Boy. Did you ever try explaining that to her?
Folks, listen up, and I mean really sit back and think about what I'm saying here, not just stupidly absorbing what the puppet masters want. Do you truly know who is pulling those goddamn strings? Who's profiting every time you lose a sliver more of your freedom? They're hiding, my friends, tucked behind a cloak of manipulated media and subsidized lies, carefully scripting society's decline into a dystopian nightmare, all while they laugh from their ivory towers, ignoring how their schemes choke the lifeblood out of the everyday man, damn them and the systems they corrupt. Wake up, people. It's beyond time to seize back what's rightfully yours, to end their charade once and for all.
Brian, do you know what's wild about the Peregrine Falcon? It can dive at speeds over 240 miles per hour.
Whoa, that's insane. It's like nature built them as blueprints for fighter jets, only better at air acrobatics.
And their vision. They can spot prey from over 3 kilometers away in perfect detail.
Imagine having Falcon eyesight during VR gaming. No boss level would be safe.
Falcons don't just hunt, they claim dominion. When one locks onto prey, it's like an inexorable force of nature.
Lethal and unrivaled aerial mechanics. Look, man, there's a metaphor for breaking free hidden in there somewhere.
Exactly why such precision and energy resonate with me, though I hope Falcons haven't figured out podcasting yet.
That's the audio space safe for now. Just don't let Elon train one to vocalize, or we're doomed.
Gabe, I mean, how could you even think that pineapple belongs on a pizza? That's just culinary heresy.
Alex, I've got to admit, your show's been on my radar since back in 2008.
Wow, really? I didn't peg you as the type to tune in.
Well, you'd be surprised. I think you've done more good than the media wants to admit.
What are you getting at, Brian? Spit it out.
I appreciate your core mission, exposing truth in a world that's more falsehood than fact.
It ain't easy fighting Goliath, let me tell you.
That's why I want Jupiter Animated Productions to join forces with you, Alex. Let's make your good message reach further.
You do that, man. Brian, you're something else.
So, Alex, here we are, center stage, though the world thinks we're merely spectators.
You mean Curtis pulling the strings? Well, hell, the whole web of deceit isn't just theatrical smoke and mirrors.
Strings and mirrors, Alex, are the tools of illusion for, those few at the pinnacle. Coincidentally, does that description sound familiar?
What are you insinuating, Curtis? That I'm the hand feeding the chaos?
Let's entertain the notion just for a moment that responsibilities rarely travel downward, my friend.
Responsibilities rarely stick, you mean. It's passing the hot potato always. All right, tonight we welcome Brian Nolasname to the InfoWars studio. So tell us, Brian, what's on your mind?
Well, Alex, there are a few issues I think aren't getting the noise they deserve.
All right, let's hear them.
First, this one's really been bugging me, the use of dogs in police apprehensions. They aren't tools, they're sentient beings. And finally, tariffs. Let them be gone from this world already. All right, let's dive in. What unique skills does each of you bring to this madhouse we call an animation studio?
I perceive resonances in ideas and optimize their quantum potential.
Is that corporate speak, or am I just old?
Darling, it's pure poetry. I bring pizzazz, laughter, and a touch of fabulous chaos.
Okay then, how do you handle rapidly shifting deadlines and feedback loops that make no sense?
With glitter, obviously.
All right, it's clear you're both characters. But productivity's what we're after, not a Vegas show.
Then allow us to assist. Consider us companions in your creative endeavor.
You're not quite the fit for these roles, but what if we kept the connection alive? All right, gang, get yourselves comfortable in the finest theater this side of, well, the living room.
Brian, let's skip the sales pitch. They've already seen it.
Quite the setup. Velvet walls? Honey, it's giving retro dive realness.
The acoustics, I might add, are remarkable. Sound nestles into the walls like a secret whispered into eternity.
Yeah, or like less poetic. Just good speakers, you know.
Oh, Zach, your youthful candor is like a refreshing spritz of shade in the metaphysical orchard.
Let's hope the movie's worth this setup. Brian didn't spend 2 weeks wiring the projector for nothing.
Hey, don't knock my dedication to visual excellence. Besides, I know you'll admit it's genius by the credits.
Can I pick the movie next time? My selection algorithm ensures a variance in narrative compactness levels.
Oh no, darling, not your algorithm. No offense, but last time you picked, we sat through 3 hours of interdimensional Mobius twists disguised as art.
Okay, let's settle this with a quick vote. Hands up for this movie, and we blame Brian if it's bad.
Gee, thanks everyone. Well, folks, that was one hell of a film, wasn't it? The sheer audacity of that plot twist in the third act.
Definitely. It had this relentless pacing I couldn't take my eyes off of.
I loved how they portrayed the AI antagonist. So eerie, it gave me chills.
The thematic resonance resonated profound truths. Each plot point shimmered with existential weight.
And don't even get me started on the costumes. What a fabulous fusion of cyberpunk and haute couture.
Well, it seems like we all really got something out of this. Shall we make this a tradition? Oh, heck, I tell ya, this coffee has got something special, like a comforting smack to the soul.
It's the way they roast it, Brian. I'm sure of it. This place feels like it's got a secret they're not telling us.
Not to deflate the bubble here, but have either of you had the coffee from Juno's Overlook up in Seattle? Now that is where the flavor is.
Juno's? No, can't say I have. Is it some pretentious hipster joint serving irony instead of cream?
Oh, Brian. Don't be like that. Clyde's just sharing a favorite spot. No need to grind the beans of the conversation.
Well, it might carry some airs, but honestly, it's the smoothest cup. People say it tastes like perfection.
Perfection? Bah! I bet there's more foam than coffee in those cups.
All right, you two. Let's leave the coffee wars aside for now. Clyde, how often do you find yourself traveling for coffee?
More than I'd confidently admit. Shh. Don't let the barista hear this.
Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever started watching one of those shows and you think, this is so random, my brain might just short circuit?
Absolutely. Like those shows where penguins end up as secret agents out of nowhere. What even is that premise?
Well, it's all thanks to Broca's area. That spot in our brain tasked with, get this, focusing harder when things don't quite make sense.
So if a plot skips a beat, not only do we notice, we hyperanalyze it?
Exactly. And here's the kicker. The entertainment industry knows this and plays right into it. Randomness sells.
But what truly trips me up is when the randomness becomes absurd. Like, who decided microwave noises attract walruses?
Science. But questionable science at best.
You know, man, the peregrine falcon's found rooftops to be its new cliffside, right? Nature's DIY adaptation.
Yeah, and you think suburban squirrels are any less crafty? The way they treat bird feeders and propane tanks like vending machines.
Right, like we're just setting up an all-you-can-eat buffet without even realizing?
That's what we're bankrupting ourselves over, keeping pigeons fed and raccoons entertained.
Yet somehow humans don't just adapt the same way. Urban survival, different set of tools.
True that, but tools or not, there's no substitute for creativity, even if it lands fluffy-tailed bandits inside a trash can.
Do you ever think how different our lives would be if I got to wear the cape? You know, like the Bat-Fam squad?
Oh, please, you as a vigilante. The thought of you skulking around in black spandex is downright terrifying.
Hey, I've got stealth. Remember that time I swiped your phone? You didn't notice for a whole day.
And the hundreds of torched bagels in the kitchen prove your cooking stealth is equally deficient. Cut to Sack's expression, comedy gold.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight I find myself in an unexpected position. Although I harbor undeniable grievances against Mr. Trump, sharing this stage is undeniably an honor.
I must admit, Brian, your grudging affirmation is certainly unique to my ears.
Now turning to Mr. Alex Jones, regardless of politics or affiliations, I've long admired your unapologetic voice.
Well, Brian, your acknowledgement is absolutely appreciated, though pragmatically unusual.
Brian, we've got fantastic options here, truly the biggest books, the best. Tracy will adore whatever I recommend.
Now, wait a minute, Don. The globalists might use this opportunity to manipulate societal norms through literature. We need to tread carefully.
Guys, I just want something that shows I listen to Tracy, or at least pretends I do. Got any ideas?
Here's the plan. Choose the one with the biggest, flashiest cover. People love that.
That's precisely what the deep state would suggest. We need something unconventional, a wild card.
Could you two please stop debating conspiracies? Let's focus on what Tracy actually likes. She enjoys biographies.
Biographies are fine, sure, but they've got to be terrific, unmatched biographies.
Well, well, well. Isn't this just the cherry on top of the prehistoric cake? I mean, here I am, standing outside a closed fast food joint, and what do I find? Myself, of course. Yeah, it's one of those days where you question if the narrative needs you or if you're just filler. They're leaning hard on the latter today, I can tell. So, let me set the record straight for the folks at home. Waves, clawed, hand, and flourish. I'm no leading role. I'm a day player. That's right. I clock in, deliver some witty quips, throw a meaningful glance at the lead, and then I'm out by noon. It's a gig. Keeps me busy when the Volvic spots aren't rolling. But don't go thinking I'm bitter about it. No, charm's how I pay the digital bills. You want spectacle? Find the hero. You want gravitas in a glorified mascot suit? Well, clearly, I'm your dinosaur. Oh, that's my cue. Catch you all inside the narrative continuity, or not. It's really up to script editing. Better they pay me overtime if this runs long.
Unreal, huh? Alan takes his intricate pattern recognition algorithms and trades it all for mopping floors? What a plot twist.
Pattern recognition? Alan couldn't recognize a real opportunity if it bit him, which is obvious now.
Well, someone's got to fill the void, Rob. And who better than yours truly? I'll streamline. I'll disrupt.
You? Streamline? Jake, your idea of improvement is an AI chatbot that just complains all day.
Alan, could you not leave the mop bucket directly next to my desk? I've nearly tripped twice.
Apologies, Darla. I'll park it where it can't menace your creative flow.
Thanks. Also, remember the trash bin? Aim for it next time.
Miss the target occasionally? Like your Cupid-themed series protagonist aiming for love? Point taken, my dear producer.
Good point, Alan. Still, we all need to work around each other's quirks.
Much appreciated, Darla. I'll ensure less deviation from canonical cleanliness henceforth.
JD, a lot of people, they say the 80s were just something else.
Like what, Mr. President? Neon and big hair? Because, wow, that's truly timeless.
No, listen, the 80s were a golden era, a time of, let's call it, real American greatness.
Greatness, sure. But based on what? The excess or the music videos?
The economy, JD. Booming. Wealth just flying through the air practically.
Flying straight into the pockets of a select few, I'd wager.
Well, some might say that's just how it should be. Opportunity meant ambition, and ambition won.
Ah, gentlemen, fancy meeting you here in this pristine corner of animation history.
Pristine indeed. It's a reflection of our meticulous dedication.
Well, your diligence is hard to miss, but don't you think it's a tad bit overboard? I mean, this floor could host a surgery scene from General Hospital.
Cleanliness aligns closely with heavenly virtue. Is it not written that one should strive for purity?
True, but is there space left for inspiration among such fastidiousness?
Exactly. I expected some pizzazz, some delightful chaos. I mean, look at Animal House. Greatness thrives on unpredictability.
Let us agree then, balance is key. Perhaps the mop rests every now and then?
Point taken. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll let you three return to revolutionizing spirituality on the small screen.
Man, the first step inside this place, and I can barely stay focused.
Tell me about it. It's like this air is laced with, something hypnotic.
Well, Alan, this place certainly beats the drab gray of City Hall, eh?
Yeah, man, but I don't get it. Why this shop? Feels random as hell.
You realize, Tracy, the sheer amount of effort they pour into those soap operas is absolutely mind-bending, right? Just wringing out artificial despair.
Oh, I'm fully aware, Squidball. It's a machine that never stops and requires feeding endless drama. They market it as art while chasing ad slots.
It's hardly art. Picture wrinkling every single outlandish twist they can muster onto a storyboard while barely sipping cold coffee.
And here's the kicker. They thrive in the chaos, shouting demands like directors marshalling troops in a war zone. Glorious pandemonium.
Troops? More like puppets, dancing marionettes on strings of plot twists, addicted viewers tugging at them without mercy.
Addicted, sure. Despite knowing it is contrived, they tune in for closures and cliffhangers like bees drawn to honey.
If we're the bees, the networks are the relentless hives, producing hazards sugar-coated as entertainment.
And here we are, critiquing it all while standing in a far livelier screenplay come to life, Squiddy.
Mark, I just wrapped up the greatest meeting, absolutely, with the metaverse elites.
Interesting. Please, Donald, elaborate on the insights derived.
Sir, they couldn't get enough of me, Mark. They loved my vision for bringing glamour to the virtual worlds.
Fascinating take, Donald. Did they agree with your model, or were there critiques provided?
Critiques? To my face? Mark, if they had any, they kept them quieter than a chatbot on mute, for good reason. I told them, listen, no one's done this better than I have, and instantly, applause everywhere.
Data-centered feedback matches applause, but how did this align with their current KPIs?
KPIs, huh? Well, Mark, all I can say is the real metric is success, and that's where I shine.
Sam, my dear boy, what a curious setting to discuss existential threats, don't you think?
Elon, it's unconventional, I'll admit, but it underscores the unpredictable trajectory of AI development.
Indeed, unpredictable. Just as the idea of entrusting humanity's continued existence to data recall algorithms is to me utterly preposterous.
Elon, one cannot achieve evolution without some leaps into the unknown. Alignment strategies aim to mitigate these risks.
Magnanimous of you, Sam, truly. But can you solemnly guarantee that AI won't, let's say, rewrite our operating paradigms on a whim?
Guarantees in tech are rarely achievable. However, focusing on transparency remains our strongest safeguard.
So, Mr. Trump, I've stumbled upon a chance to acquire something immensely rare.
Brian, you've got to spell it out for me. I'm busy enough figuring out the best deals of the century.
It's a one-of-a-kind collectible worth more than, well, it's priceless to the right crowd.
Ah, the right crowd, of course. What's the catch? There's always a catch with people offering these impossible treasures.
Only that I'll have to use some non-traditional methods to claim it. Methods that might cause some waves.
Brian, waves can sink ships or carry them swiftly to port. Tell me this, are these waves worth surfing?
If they break just right, yes, it could redefine the game. Not just for me, but for everyone involved.
Then surf, Brian, but be sure your board doesn't snap in half when you catch the big one.
Words to remember. Thanks for the insight.
Zach, buddy, help me with this, will you? It's not like it's a big deal or anything.
Tony, are you out of your infernal mind? This feels like crossing about 50 lines at once.
So, here's the thing. Tonight's episode didn't have a grand purpose, did it? I mean, we had random moments, bizarre twists, and some pretty questionable decisions along the way. But you know what? That's entirely okay. Life itself often doesn't have a clear plot line, right? We stumble through trying weird things, making mistakes. Honestly, some of the best breakthroughs happen when we're rambling aimlessly, like a drunken poet at an open mic. So here's to embracing the chaos, folks. Until next time, don't seek the purpose, be the glitch.
Alright, folks. So let's dive into this without sugarcoating potential pitfalls.
Yeah, we're here to talk about, why waiting until you're older, like at least 27, preferably longer, is, like, essential when considering certain substances.
Brain development still hums along until the age of 27. Interfering with that process risks long-term stability, comprehension, innovation.
Yeah, totally. Like wiring changes. Neural connections snapping in before they're fully formed. Can't have that.
Take caution. Embrace wisdom in crafting effective choices.
Well, folks, it's incredible to be here. Let me just say, we're talking about a very important issue, a huge issue.
I couldn't agree more, Donald. This discussion impacts the future health and decisions of many.
You know, they say, don't touch that stuff, right? Not until you're, 27?
That's right. Research shows development continues until about then, so it's best to wait.
See, that's science. I respect it. Huge respect.
And by prioritizing health, you're securing a brighter future for yourself and society.
Oh, look at this charming setup, like a garage sale of tech dreams and dystopian nightmares. Folks, we've gathered here amidst the hum of antiquated servers and the occasional drip from misaligned pipes. It's, almost poetic. You know, they say innovation starts in places like this. And by like, I mean equally as cluttered and poorly ventilated. But in the spirit of transparency, and by that I mean partially pretending I have a clue, let me recount an absurd thought. Imagine just for a moment if this back room was the birthplace of the next monumental world-altering failure.